What's going on, everyone? This is Fred, FindMyVapes.com, and today we're going to take a look at the clone of the FGG mod. So a couple weeks ago, I got contacted by a company called Skorite. Now, Skorite is a clone manufacturer based out of China, and their representative told me that they have a few new mods coming out and they want to send me some for review. So the vape mail started coming, and the first one that I got was this. This is the clone of the FGG made by FGG Mods. It's a telescopic mod that houses a 2600 series battery. You can either use a 26650 battery or a 26500 battery. It also has an adjustable floating 510 pin and a spring-loaded switch. So before I talk more about this, let's just dive right into the details. Alright, so it comes in a box like this, and it's a nice sturdy cardboard box. And when you open it up, you're going to see your FGG mod. So if we take that out, here is the battery tube. Now it is a telescopic mod, and I'll remove the cap. So it is a 510 connection on the top cap, and as you can see, you have some nice engravings right there. Now there is some slits for some airflow. Now if we turn it around, you'll see a big insulator, Delrin insulator right here, and the contact. And when you remove the contact, you'll see that it is plated. I don't know if this is silver plating or what, but it is plated. And it's also adjustable, so you can unscrew this to extend the pin or screw it in to its normal position. Now this pin is floating, meaning that it just slides right in to the top cap. And as you screw in the atomizer pin will push this contact out, making full connection with the battery. But it's really nice, it's really solid, and I like the fact that it's floating and adjustable. And next we'll look at the switch. So here's the locking ring, and you want to screw it counterclockwise to unlock and clockwise to lock. Now if we remove it from the top cap, it's really smooth threading here. So as you can see, there's a nice beefy contact right there that moves up when you press the switch. And the contact is plated as well. So to take apart the switch, all you need is a flathead screwdriver. You want to press the switch in and turn it counterclockwise. So here's the pin for the switch, and you can just see the thickness of it. And when you remove the contact, you'll be able to remove the actual switch. So it is spring loaded, and the spring appears to be plated as well. And you'll also see some battery venting on the top of the switch. And here's the actual button, and it's got a nice engraving right there. Now what's nice about the switch is that it fits together perfectly. There's hardly any movement, any side-to-side movement on the switch. Now you can hear it moving slightly, but if you didn't hear that, you would not think that this switch is moving side to side at all. And to assemble the switch back together, you just want to place the spring, place it in the housing, turn it over, and screw in the pin. And there you go. Now when I first received this mod, that spring was extremely stiff. It was pretty tough to press in, but just after a few days of use, it's really loosened up, and it makes for a really nice action. Feels really nice. Now here's the actual telescoping tube, and on the bottom you'll see some nice engravings again. You can see FGG Mod FGG and the serial number. Now mine is 62. Now this tube will fit 26500 batteries or 26650 batteries. And the threadings on the tube is a little squeaky at times, but overall it's pretty smooth. And this is what it will look like in 26500 mode. And to extend it, you just want to turn it counterclockwise and then you could fit a 26650 battery. Now the threading on the switch is really smooth. It's definitely smoother than the actual body. Same thing goes for the top cap. Really smooth threading here. And that's your mod. So let's screw in an Addy and let's vape on it. So this has been a pretty solid device. I've had absolutely no issues with this. It's super rugged and it has a great performance. There's not a lot of negative things that I can say about this mod. I did come up with 2 cons, but let's talk about the pros first. Pro number 1, it's a mod for a 2600 series battery. I've been wanting a 26650 battery mod for a while now, and this one has been great. With a 2600 series battery, you usually get more battery life, and depending on which battery you choose, higher amp limits. So it's perfect for those who sub-ohm. Pro number 2, I really like this top cap. It's not only adjustable, but it's also floating. So you're going to be able to screw down any atomizer onto this mod and have it work properly. The plating on the contact also helps with conductivity. And finally, pro number 3, the switch. I love this switch. It has a really big button and it's really easy to press. Now the switch was pretty firm at first, but after a couple of days of use, it's really loosened up. And it has a really nice smooth and short throw. Now onto the cons. Now before I mention the cons, I just want to say there's absolutely nothing wrong with this device. It's worked flawlessly. Now the cons that I am going to list are just my personal taste. It's things that I personally don't like on any mod, not just this mod. So con number 1, it's a telescopic mod. I just don't like telescopic mods. I always prefer a single tube design. Just like with 18650 mods, I'm only going to use 18650s. I have no desire to use 18500s or 18350s. So when it comes to a 26650 mod, that's all I want to use. I don't have any desire to use a 26500 battery. And with all telescopic mods, you're going to get that gap where the tube extends to fit the larger battery size. And I'm just not a big fan of that. Like I said, I like single tube designs where everything is just one straight tube. I just think it looks better and it feels better. But again, that's just personal preference. Con number 2, the locking ring. Now I haven't had any issues with this locking ring. It's very smooth and it works every single time. But I just don't like locking rings that are in between the tube and the switch. I always prefer a locking ring that's larger and surrounds the entire switch. Or just a recessed switch with no locking ring. But to mention again, I've had no issues with this locking ring. It's never gotten stuck on me. And that's pretty much all the cons for me, and that's personal preference. Overall, this has been a fantastic clone. Skorite really did a great job making this mod. And of course, all the credit should go out to RJ Mods for making the authentic mod in the first place. But yeah, it's been working great. Now you might ask, where can you get one? Well, since Skorite sent this to me directly, I'm not sure which vendors are actually carrying this mod. Now, if you are a vendor and you want to carry this in your store, I'll have a link down below to where you could contact Skorite themselves. And if you're a consumer and you want to get this, I'll try to find some stores that carry it, and if I do, I'll place the link down below. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Are you sick of having the same mod as everyone else? Tired of waiting on pre-orders? Well, maybe you should build your own DNA box mod. It's not as difficult as it may seem.